Good morning. Welcome back, everyone, to Creative Frenzy. I took the summer off to do a little bit of slow living, and I enjoyed it. I didn't try to worry too much about, filming or anything like that. So now that I'm back, I'm ready to get back into the whole fall and, well, hopefully not anytime soon winter. Let's just stick to fall for now. So, with being back to school and pumpkin season being around the corner, I wanted to do a simple little pumpkin card. So, basically, what it is you take a not three hole, you take a round punch. You can cut your own circles. You can do any size you want. So, if you have a smaller card than I do, this is a fairly large punch. This is like um, a 2.5 inch, yeah, 2.5 inch punch. So that might be a little bit too big. Depends on the size of your card. So if you want to go smaller, you totally can. I have done a smaller one with this size. It's just a 1 inch circle, which works just as well, but it's a lot smaller. So it depends. If you want to do more than one pumpkin, you can obviously do the smaller one. Pick your own size, do what you like, and you can go from there. So all I've done is taken my summer colors, basically, because I'm not done with these cards yet. So these are the ones I got at Michael's. These are the 30 pack with the envelopes and things like that. They're very bright colors, not necessarily translate well to fall, but you can if you do the um, modern version of an older style. So, having said that, taking your teals and your whites and things that would normally translate to brighter summery colors into fall colors, depending on what you do. So all I've done is taken some fall napkins and decoupaged them onto some watercolor paper. I love the colors in this. It has this lovely rusty brown color, this burgundy, red color, some teal, and then the white background shows through from the watercolor paper. You can do any color you really want. So if you wanted to do a little bit darker or something with a bit more teal, you totally can. But it's got little acorns and little oak leaves. I thought they were cute. And sometimes when I go to people's places for dinner, if I really like the napkin, I'll ask for an extra one and I'll take it home. So it saves me from buying a whole new package for myself. Um, the summer, the dollar store, Dollarama here in Ontario, had some, yeah, paper pads from Crafts, which were decent. I mean, you only get 24 sheets, but they were decent for $4. It's not bad. And they have some foil. See, it's only $4. So I got two of them. The third one I didn't like too much, but if you wanted to, you totally could. Obviously, it depends what your dollar store has. But they had some quite pretty papers, and they had some foiling and things like that. So I really like this teal with the gold foil kind of lattice work. So that's what I used for my circles. So all I've done is taken my decoupage paper, and I'm going to ink the edges on my card. I really do like edging my cards. You could use a marker if you wanted to. I like to use the ink pad. It's just the Tim Holtz Distress ink called Vintage Photo, and it's one of my favorites. As you can tell, I mean, this pad has seen a lot of action. Look at it. This poor thing is almost done for, but it's still my favorite and still works after all these years. So I'm happy about that. So all I've done is decoupaged the napkin onto here. You could stamp, you could do whatever you like, of course. If you have a really nice stamp that would do the trick, go for it. I don't have one, so I figured this was the easiest option to do for something like this. I find, the simpler you make your cards, the more you will end up making, for the very simple reason because it's so easy to just make a bunch of them all at the same time. I like to craft in stages. For those of you who don't know me, Creative Frenzy, yes, I create in a frenzy, but I try to make it in stages so it's not so overwhelming, especially when you're busy. we have lives, we have things to do. We don't have time for all this. So I just line it up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If it's not perfect, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. So all I've done is cut my 3 circles. You're going to put 2 onto here. You're going to offset them a bit. So the wonkier it is, I know, bear with me. The wonkier it is, the cuter it'll look. It'll be more, the way it should be. It's more centered for the more realistic looking. That's the word I'm looking for, realistic. I need there we go, glue runner. Now you could obviously pop these up a little bit more if you wanted to. You know what? Let's do that. Let's make it all dimensional. I find if you use less colors or more in the same color family, it's easier to make it pop by using more foam tape. Now, if you don't have foam tape, by all means, just use regular tape runner or glue or whatever the case may be. That's okay. But I do want to see some of the background, so I'm going to make sure it's within my frame. I'm not going to get too crazy here. But I am going to make sure that they're all attached well. There's nothing worse than getting a card in the mail and all the pieces have fallen off. Now, it doesn't really matter if you see the gold foil in a certain way, because I think in the end it'll be fine. So all I've done is taken my little, it's a comma, I suppose, and I've trimmed it a little bit, and then I've taken my little scallop scissors and cut the little piece, how I do my flower petals, and cut the little piece and done the same kind of thing. So all we are going to do is we're going to tuck that one in there too. I've just done it out of the same paper because I just, there's a piece of scrap paper, so you don't have to get your white stuff out or anything like that. Just use the scrap pieces of paper. It saves you so much, and it would be better if you put it on the correct side. Unlike me, that's what you get when you work. So, and then you can just tuck it in there. Now, on Pinterest, I've seen a lot of pumpkins with roses, white pumpkins with gold lettering and things like that. And they're quite lovely. I would love to do something like that. So I got my inspiration from that. So what you can do is you can fussy cut some flowers and absolutely attach some to that if you really wanted to. If you find that's too busy, which, it can be, you can always cut out your own flowers and put it on there like that if you want to keep it simple, right? So you could do something like that if you wanted to. However, these little moths, I got these at the dollar store also. I love the dollar store, as you may have surmised from my channel. You can find inexpensive, fun, crafty things, and, you can potentially use them for just about anything. So I'm going to attach a little moth on here because it's cute. Why would you not? I'm just going to use my, oops, that almost went into my coffee. Not a good start to the day. Now, I have not been in the studio this summer because it's been a little bit crazy and a little bit, in the beginning anyway, it was nice and slow for the rest of the summer, but in the beginning of the summer, it was a busy day or a busy, couple of months. So I did a lot of slow living this summer. I started vegetable. I only did lettuce, but I started a vegetable garden. I want to do more next year, but just learning different things, doing different things has been a lot of fun. So I made a rug out of some old sheets. I did a few other little projects around the house, so it's kind of nice to be able to recycle different things and turn it into something useful. So that's what I've done. And, I'm the same way in the studio. I like to use things I have on hand. And I'm not going to go out and buy all new things just because, the latest craze is out there. I will try and see if I can do it on my own first. So that's the whole idea behind this card, is being able to use what you already have. Whether or not you have this paper pad or not, you can just use white. You can paint your own paper with watercolors. cut out the circles and put it on there. So you can make it as traditional as you want, or you can make it as simple as you want. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of it. So that is really cute, right? Yeah, I thought so. So, you know, you could put a word on there saying hello. You can do it on the inside. It doesn't matter. I have a stamp for give thanks. I could do that on the inside. I don't know. You could heat emboss it. You could dry emboss. You could smoosh the background with some watercolor markers and then do it that way. Be cute. So this one I did circles in pattern paper also. And just because I didn't have enough doesn't matter. It's okay. Use up your scraps and see what you've got. And then you can just use it for that. So that's the one card. Now this one I might go a little bit more traditional. Or you could even go, like, you know, we could go monochromatic. Or we could go really bright. But I think we'll do monochromatic in this case. So I've already inked the edges on this one. I'm not going to do the background with this because that is pretty busy. So what we're going to do is we are just going to attach this one. And again, I've cut the little stem out and I've put them through the crimper. Just my little crimper. You know, you just crimp the pieces of paper and just put them on there. So again, we're going to... Now you can totally put a background on this with just, you know, a leaf pattern. That'd be really cute. You know, if you want to stamp some leaves on it, which you could, absolutely. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I don't have a leaf on me. See, because I was not prepared. Because you think of these things afterwards. But that doesn't mean you can't do stars, because it could be a nighttime pumpkin. I don't know. Why not? And you can do it in the same brown as you did the other stuff, because it'd be nice and light. It'd be very, oops, be very subtle. Might not even pick it up on camera, but that's okay. Oops. Some of my stamps lose their stickiness after a while. I just usually normally put a little bit of tape runner on it and then I just put it back on there. So it's not the end of the world. But all we're going to do is we are going to maybe put this one this way. My desk is dirty. I'll try to keep these videos simple. I think what I'll do is I will definitely be doing it once a week for now. Filming or uploading once a week, and then we will work on, or I will, not you necessarily, but I will work on maybe doing it twice a week eventually again. I haven't been in the studio much this summer, unfortunately. So it doesn't matter if you run these little lines in different ways. You can absolutely do that. It should be kind of cute. This one I left in one piece. Sort of. And then I just tuck it in there. So it's just a bunch of patterns. And then we can just sort of tuck it in there. And if you want, you can put some string on there, some, you know, some twine. A clean desk would be helpful. So you can put some twine on there if you wanted to. Hot glue gun would probably work best for this, but that's okay. But you can absolutely do a little twine piece like that. So if you wanted to go a bit more rustic, you absolutely could. And I am trying to figure out this new camera setup. Sorry, guys. I mean, you could totally do that if you wanted to. But I think in this case, I'm going to get my little moths out again. because you could totally do that. Let's see, maybe orange. The problem is you can end up with too much color, and then it just looks weird. If you know what I mean. But we can absolutely put another one on there. So you can go with something a little bit more like this, or like this. So it brings the yellow in, but I like this one. Or even this one. It's got a bit more orange. Yeah, this one right here. Boom. Just make it pop up again. It doesn't have to be attached to the pumpkin. You can just do it up here, and then you can put your little word up there if you wanted to, like hello or happy Thanksgiving. Let's see, I do have a Thanksgiving. There we go. You do something like that, and then put it up there. Let's try that. Not everything will work out the way I expected to. That's okay. Sometimes, you know, you come up with a good idea, and sometimes you don't. Just make sure it's inked really well. The problem with this, you know, because it's a wood mount stamp, you only get one chance at this, so you gotta make it count. But because it's kind of a rustic kind of card, there we go. Right? So it's cute. It's okay to do it like that. It'll fit in the envelope quite nicely. And having that on somebody's desk, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So there we go. What do you think? It's cute, right? Yeah. Traditional colors, non-traditional colors. You can do it either way and have fun with it. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. I hope to see you on every Wednesday from here on in, and hopefully we can add an extra day to that in the week. But for now, we're on Wednesdays, and I'll see you then. Bye.